What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. 3 cars in season 10 saw massive improvements because of the rebalancing, and now we need to find out if these cars are actually viable in the grand races. Let's go. All right, here we go. We got 3 cars that we need to look at in this video. These cars saw massive improvements to either their handling or their power, but also their braking and their acceleration, that type of thing. Those 3 cars are the Maserati Gran Turismo, the Porsche 928 S4, and then in hypercar, another Maserati, the Alfieri Concept. All 3 of these cars are insanely better than they were before season 10. Anyway, let's start with Street 2 and let's start with the Porsche 928 S4. Now, the 928 S4 actually saw a decrease in its acceleration stat. It went from a 3.63 0 to 60 to a 3.77. So it got slightly slower on the front end of the gearbox. The braking actually got much better, a 19.2 down to an 18.4, so it stops in a shorter distance. The lateral G stat improved tremendously, which really unlocks this car. This car was never really that bad in the first place, but it really didn't have the lateral Gs to just hang in there, and now it does. The lateral G before season 10 was a 1.28. The lateral G after season 10 was a 1.4. So now we're looking at a car that actually competes in Street 2. 1.4 is very high for Street 2. This thing can hang in there, but the balance that they did was they made the acceleration stat not quite as powerful. That being said, it has very good pace. On my test courses, Kyusha Spirit and Groundworks, on Kyusha Spirit, it ran a 215.2 before the buff. After, it runs a 212.4. On Groundworks, it ran a 321.6. After, 317.4. So the average difference on those courses is about 3.4 seconds. A very, very nice buff. Now, as far as top speed goes, the top speed increased significantly. It used to be a 237 in slipstream. Now it's a 245 in slipstream. It used to be a 245 with NOS in slipstream. Now it's a 252. It's got very good top speed for the class. And honestly, given the stats and the test times, this car definitely seems like it's usable. It's viable in grand races. And certainly, if they were going to put up some sort of like German only or Porsche only modifier in the grand races, I think this thing would do really well in Street 2. Anyway, let's move on to the Maserati Gran Turismo S. For the acceleration stat for this Maserati, it went from a 3.57 0 to 60 to a 3.4, much improved. The braking went from 18.6 down to 18.5. It's basically the same, but with some of the other stats, you were able to get that down just a little bit. The lateral Gs is where it saw the biggest improvement, and it was a 1.2 before season 10. Now it's a 1.32 after season 10. So you've got a much better lateral G. Now, as far as the top speed goes, this is where it saw a big improvement as well. It had basically identical top speeds to the Porsche at 237 before the buff, and now it's at 245. In slipstream with NOS, it goes 250. So it's got a very good top speed for the class. It's not the highest in the class, but it's certainly good enough. Now, as far as the test times go and the pace, on Kyusha Spirit, it ran a 219.5 before the buff, a 213.5 after the buff. On Groundworks, a 326 after 317. So an average difference of around 7 seconds. That's crazy. It's an insane improvement. This car was absolutely, it went from complete trash to possibly usable in the grand races just with this little buff here in season 10. All right, lastly, let's talk about the Alfieri Concept. Now, this one is kind of interesting because a lot of people think that this car feels like it should compete, and I think it will. It's actually very, very good. The lateral G stat that they gave it now is one of the highest in the class. It's a 1.63. Now, the highest used to be the Alfieri R at 1.7, I believe. And I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it was around 1.7. But this stat is crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have the before stats on this car because this car wasn't listed as one of the rebalanced cars when I was in the test build of the season 10 like test build early access. I didn't even know this car was being rebalanced. So it's one of those like surprises that we figured out a little bit too late. So that being said, I don't have the before stats, but the braking after the update is at 17.4. It's pretty average for hypercars. The acceleration stat is at 2.7, which is, again, it's okay. There's some hypercars that accelerate to 0 to 60 below 2 seconds. So those are very average numbers, but the lateral G stat here is crazy. So the car handles really, really well. Now, as far as the times go, I did have some before times because I had tested this car before. I just didn't have those stats. Now, on achieving immortality, it ran a 121. It now runs a 118.1. So it's almost a 117. And the fastest cars in the class run 117. It's crazy. Legendary X Rivalry went from a 228 to a 219, which is an insane improvement, giving it the average difference of around 6 seconds. This car was garbage it is now usable. And I think I've used it a few times in grand races before this video. I actually think this car is pretty good. So anyways, let's get into some grand races. Let's see how we do with these three cars. All right, so in this first race, we're going to take the 928 and the Maserati Alfieri concept. And in the next race, we'll do the last one, the Gran Turismo S. So let's see how we do, man. Starting in 14th. Let's get it, dude. All right. This is the spot where the car got a little bit nerfed, is this beginning spot. So maybe I should have done the Maseratis in one race and the rest of it in the other. But let's see how we do. So we're going across the highway here, and then we're jumping into a semi, not super tight, but semi technical section. So let's see. Let's just stay in slipstream. We got Agera XE, which is actually a very good racer, so we'll see how he does. Probably gonna destroy me on this race. Okay, hard right-hander. This is where everyone dies. Let's just try to stay with the front pack here. Come on, dude. I need some turns, man. I got no NOS. I need something to help this car. This is all handling. There we go. Out of the way, bro. Why are you blocking? Get out of the way. All right, we're all right. We're all right. That front pack is going to start to put a little distance if we can't get close. This guy's weaving all over the place. I have a little slightly higher top speed. Oh my God, dude. Okay, everybody falling apart here on the corners. This is where the car does work. Let's go. Still here. Oh, baby, let's go. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, coming through. Oh, we got a little help from our friends. I think we messed that corner up, but we got saved. He went into the wall. We bumped him instead of our noses. A little bit of wall there. Never hurt anybody. Let's see what we can do. The acceleration is not there, but the car handles so well. On a route like this, I don't know if I would recommend this car. Like, everyone's probably watching like, yeah, you're in first. Yes, but with you know, people driving a little bit better, I don't know that that would be the case with against the meta cars. I also didn't really see much of meta. I mean, there was an F50, I believe, but I wasn't really paying attention. So anyway, here we go. Sidewalk. Nice, nice. See, now we have technical sections, but not high-speed turn. I think this is going to be best for high-speed turns. All right, into racing. Let's get it. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can... went into a little tight, Maybe we can stretch the lead a little bit. Let's see what happens. Someone's out there on the road. I see them on the minimap. All right, all right. We got to try to hit these gutters, man. These gutters are just very awkward. They're not like the normal gutters that are in the open world. I mean, I know this is open world, but it's not the same thing. I don't know why. They just don't react the same way. Racing cars just don't have the NOS power that I would like to see. Gotta hang in there. Love the vibes in this tunnel. I definitely do. I like that they did some underwater sea life stuff. Now I'm just chilling talking about sea life, dude. Can we get into the next car? Can we get into the next car, please? Now we're pushing it up a little bit. We're getting close to top speed here. We got solid NOS management. Maybe not the best, but solid. We're almost there, 60%. It is time to get into the next car. All right. Little downshift. Didn't even have to touch the brakes. All right. Into hypercar and into the Maserati Alfieri concept. Oh no, is this the golf course? Oh, I need a bigger lead. 7 seconds might not be enough. Look at the car handle though. I mean, honestly, it hangs in there so well. Like, we should have no problem with this turn at all. It just turns. The car just turns. I definitely recommend giving this car a try. It just feels so good in basically every corner. I don't think it's the fastest car. I don't think it's meta, but it definitely feels like a car that is certainly viable in the grand races. All right, here we go. Don't mess this up, dude. Good enough. I took it safe. Good enough. All right, let's get going, dude. Come on. We're at 7.7. 7.9. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Come on. No. All right. Well, we're right here now. If the next person makes it, it might be close. Doesn't look like they did. We should be fine. God, the car handles so well. All right, GG's, guys. GG's. Anyways, both of those cars did very well. Let's go on to the last car, the Gran Turismo S. Here we go. We got the Maserati up last. So we're doing a jet section, which sucks. If you want to just skip to the Maserati section, you definitely can. But, you know, you want to support the channel, hang around. Watch this really fun beginning. Oh, man, we're starting pretty far back. We're going to see how this works out. Actually, no, we're in the middle. We're in the middle. We're good. We're good. All right, we're going to try to work our way to the inside over here. We want to be on the right side going into this turn. Anything you can do to sort of get your car pointing the correct direction in that turn is what you want to do. But now we're in third. We're clear of the destruction. And as long as we don't get smashed on this corner. Okay, we're good. Pumpkins! In first. Let's go. Let's keep it tight through here. There we go. Everyone else hit the pagodas or whatever they're called. I don't know what those things are called, to be honest with you. I used a little bit of NOS to break slip. Let's see if we can keep it throughout this next section here. Little bumpy. Should have saved more for this jump. Racing cars don't get a huge burst there anyway, but it would have been nice to get a boost. All right, gotta survive the grass here. Almost didn't. Almost didn't. Car wanted to slip out on me. Come on, camera angle. Into jet we go. Wrong way already. It's messed up, dude. All right, let's just have a nice relaxing jet section, okay? We're gonna have to go like this. There we go. We'll switch it back around because we got to go this way. And then we got to switch it back around because we got to go this way. Did we get credit for that? I don't know that we did. We got 3.2 on second place. Let's see if we can hold it. There we go. We're holding over 300 miles an hour. That's great. We're just driving straight though, so it makes sense. All right, this is where things get a little bit tricky for me. Ah, okay. Just chill. All right, Maserati, let's go, baby. Let's see how she feels. All right, so far on those turns, we're just pinned at top speed. It feels a little bit floaty. It's been a little while since I tested these cars, so this is sort of not a new experience for me, but definitely like a re-experience, if that makes sense. Feels a little floaty. It also feels a little sluggish. Like I want to use more NOS, but it could be because we started out in hypercar or racing, and then we were in a jet, so we're going really fast, and now we're going, you know, not so fast in Street 2. That could be the case. So let's just calm our expectations here. See, I don't know what it is. It just feels like I'm going slow. I'm at 4.4 on second place. And I don't know if it's getting... Is it just me? Oh, it's a little slippery there. Feels a little boaty. Let's hit this gutter here so we don't end up in the grass on the right side. Same here so we don't hit the wall. We're at 4.0 right now. So we're losing time. Now, granted, I'm not the best, but I created the time early on in the race. I feel like I should be able to, at the very least, keep my distance, right? 4.3. All right, let's see what happens on this one. Very, very smooth gutter there. Oh, it feels great in the gutters. We're at 3.5. I had to slow down quite a bit for that section. Oh, back to 4.4. It must have made a mistake, or the clock is just off. Yeah, it feels very floaty. Very, very floaty. And I guess it is a big car. It is a heavy guy. Yeah, a little bit of understeer there. Not too bad though. A little bit there. Not too bad. It's okay. I'm very curious to see what Jake was in. Second place. So GG's everybody. I'm very curious to see what that person was in. I hope it's a meta car. I hope it's in like an F50 or something like that, or a GTO. It was an A110. I don't even want, why didn't I say that? That's actually the meta. Okay, so he was in meta. I wasn't. I was keeping the pace right around 4 seconds. I really didn't lose too much. I didn't gain too much. I gained nothing actually. But I don't know. My general feeling on this thing is that it's fine. Like, it's okay. It's got very good ability to gutter. It feels heavy. It feels glued to the gutter. It feels responsive. It feels like the steering responds to what you're doing, but it doesn't hold itself in the corners. And I think that's because the lateral G is only a 132. It's not higher than that. It could be higher than that. But it also could be worse, right? The car doesn't feel terrible. So it's usable, I guess, but definitely not like a super viable car. If you go up against the meta car, I expect the meta car to win, particularly if the drivers are equally matched. So that's what that is. The S4, the 928, is definitely a car to watch out for. That car is very good. I would say out of the 3 cars, I don't know, man. The Alfieri concept is super good as well. It's kind of a toss-up. I would say the 2 best cars, obviously, are the 928 and the Alfieri. The Gran Turismo S is fine, but it's nothing that exciting. So there you go. That's my assessment of the rebalanced cars. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, send me a DM on Instagram or Discord. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.